New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
And hello again, dear ones. It's 5 o'clock on the Mountain Time Zone, and it's Friday evening. That means it is time for the good news. The opportunity I take every week to kick back, enjoy a few of the good news stories that have made their way across my desk, and I think will make great conversation for you in your weekend. Thank you so much for being with us here this evening. All right, first up, I'm just going to say it out loud. This story grabbed me because many of you probably don't know, but in my younger years, I smoked cigarettes. And they're the hardest thing in the world to kick. Well, in the UK, a newly approved drug made from the seeds of the European tree laburnum was recently found in a study to give smokers double the chance of keeping themselves off of cigarettes once they try to kick the habit. Known as cytosine, the drug recently gained regulatory approval and is currently available in Britain, not available in the US as of yet. Although researchers have found that this is twice as good as a placebo. Also works much better than nicotine replacement therapy, such as patches and gum, or other more pharmaceutical type drugs as well. Our study adds to the evidence that cytosine is an effective and inexpensive stop smoking aid. That's according to Omar DeSanti. He's a toxicologist at the Posadas National Hospital in Argentina. He led the review of this. Worldwide, smoking is considered the main cause of preventable death. Cytosine has the potential to be one of the big answers to that problem. Right on. I love these kinds of stories, folks. And that's what the good news is all about, focusing in on what's going right in our planet, helping us to remember that we really are creating a world that works better for everyone. And hey, many of you know we get most of our stories over at the goodnewsnetwork.org. Check out their website, give them some of the love and attention that they deserve as well. All right, next up today, Piper Cole Kelly is her name. Now, Piper is a modern medicine miracle. Her parents were told that when she was 20 weeks in the womb, that she would probably never walk, that she had spina bifida, and this was going to be a long, long road. Now, her parents didn't want to take that for an answer and traveled to Germany to seek out medical treatment. Was not easy or cheap to do. However, the surgeon, Dr. Thomas Cole, was able to successfully perform spinal surgery while Piper was still in the womb. This is amazing. She's now 5 years old, walking. All indications are that she's getting stronger and stronger and better. And here's one of the kickers. Piper and the doctor, Dr. Thomas, share a birthday. He's also a family friend and is able to stay up on her recovery day by day as necessary. It's a miracle that what she's been through and is who she is today. She's been through a lot in her life. That's Georgia, her mother. She also said she loves coloring and anything to do with arts and crafts. She loves school, and she has a really good group of friends. She beat the odds all the time, and whatever she does, I'll be so proud of her. Congratulations, little Piper. Beating the odds is for sure. Oh my gosh, folks. I love these stories. I love them. Healing all around. And, you know, we see stories in the news that don't always look good either. There's a lot of bad news stories, if you will, out there. And there was one of those this week. But what I love to find is the good news in the midst of the bad news. If you haven't heard, there was a Japan Airlines had a flight mishap on landing in colliding with another aircraft recently. And the good news is all 379 souls that were on Japan Airlines were able to get off of that plane safely, and no one lost their lives. Now, footage taken from social media shows the passengers filming the fire from the inside of the plane shortly after landing. Now, the vast majority of those on board remained calm. They also said that everyone got off the plane and left behind their carry-ons. You know, we hear that when we fly, whether it's domestic or international. We hear these things that say, leave it all behind. And do any of us really pay that much attention to what, am I leaving it? Am I true? No one assumes that. And here it is, folks. People doing the right thing. People following the directions that are necessary. The flight crew were using megaphones rather than because the plane's intercom system was broken to help communicate. It really is a lesson for everyone that everyone survived and walked away from that horrific incident safely. Good news all about. Hey, here's one that's a good news. How would you like to find a diamond? We hear these stories every couple of years of people in visiting the Arkansas State Park where you can find diamonds on the ground. That's Crater of Diamond State Park. And we've reported on stories such as this before. However, recently, a man discovered a 4.87 carat diamond, the largest colorless diamond found in the park in this past decade, at least. And he said he was there with about 10 minutes. Jerry Evans is his name. He said within 10 minutes of entry, he saw what he thought was a piece of glass on top of a plowed ridge, picked it up and stuffed it in his pocket. Thought it might be a piece of glass. It was so clear. I really didn't know. We were picking up everything, thinking it was a diamond. He later sent the stone to the Gemological Institute of America for identification. A few weeks later, they called him back and said that it was a near colorless diamond. Currently, over 75,000 diamonds have been found at Crater Diamond State Park, and this is the largest colorless stone ever found in some time, the largest overall since Labor Day of 2020, when a brown diamond twice its size was uncovered. Over 125 carats worth of diamonds were registered in the park this year, reporting from 2023, which was the site of a volcanic event long ago that created the necessary conditions of heat pressure and the elements to make the diamonds which people find today. I think we should get a group of us to head on out. I haven't been, but I think it's a good reason to go visit Arkansas. How about you? Let's go diamond hunting. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break, let a couple of our sponsors say hello, and thank you for being with us. But we've got plenty more coming on the New Thought Media Network. Tonight's good news continues right after this. Stay tuned. And we're back with more of the good news here on a Friday night. Welcome back. Welcome back. Our next story, this is Omi Chamdi. He owns a jewelry store on Maui, and due to the recent fires in Lahaina, has set about to do a good deed in restoring jewelry for people who were affected by that fire. He told NPR News that he was inspired by jewelers that did something similar during the California wildfires of 2018, and felt that he had to give something back. Quote, "These are not just ordinary times. These are the most items. These are the most precious possessions that people go back to the ruins and dig through the rubble to find." He continued by saying, "That's why I feel this is something I want to do and must do, because this is within my expertise." So far, he's repaired over 150 pieces of jewelry and has another 300 pieces at least that have been sent in by residents of Lahaina. Now, diamonds and other precious stones are mostly immune to the effects of fire, but the gold can be severely tarnished or disfigured, and therefore settings falling apart, stones tumbling out of their settings. One Lahaina resident, Michelle Quirk, said she used a shovel to dig through the remains of her house to find 6 rings that were her great grandmother's, and Omi is repairing those as well. Good job, sir. Good work. Thank you for sharing of your expertise. In a world that works for all, folks, we've got to be willing to share our expertise and give to those around us in ways when we're so called. Good, good, good. All right. Hey, here's a story. End of the year, we don't always catch all the great stories, but I caught this one a little late. Join me. A Phoenix elementary school teacher organized a secret Santa Club to teach children about the value of kindness and giving. And that's Derek Brown. Now, the teacher used the On the Road segment with Steve Hartman as a teaching tool. But it was a secret Santa story that actually resonated the most with the students. Student Nicholas Talamantes was speaking for the class, and he remarked that they can't believe anyone does that sort of thing. So for the 2023 holiday season, Brown organized the students into a giving gang, wearing uniforms of red plaid shirts and caps, and instructing them to call local businesses and organize to ask for money for their own Secret Santa project. I want this memory to be so strong that it now drives them every day in everything they do. Students then tracked down the people most in need in the city, like one resident who had been out of a job for a week, or another who had been recently diagnosed with cancer, and handed them a big smile with a side of $100 cash. However, the gift for the student was in the giving itself. One student said, "Their joy, that's the gift to you." Gotta love the Secret Santa stuff, and you gotta love when we inspire in our children the act of giving and giving selflessly. Congratulations to those folks. What a great story. Hey, and it doesn't stop when it comes to the children. We love to focus on the animal stories here as well. Now, there was little hope that Neo, the puppy dog you're looking at, would be able to fit at the rehabilitation center where he had been left. The poor pooch had been in a shelter for over a year, actually more than 450 days, and was part of an ongoing animal abuse trial. As soon as they saw the white pooch with black spots, the manager for the life-saving program at Best Friends Pet Resources Center said she was blown away. To meet a dog who had been through all that, who has just immediately trusted you and immediately wanted attention from you, was mind-blowing. Neo was the one that I was like, oh my gosh, we're making a difference. This is all according to Ali Papke. Neo was a victim of severe animal abuse, but it wasn't long after arriving at the Best Friends location in Central Arkansas that a forever home was finally in sight for the poor pooch. Neo won everyone over. It makes your life worthwhile, and he's wonderful. He's there as soon as you come in, and he's right at the door, happy to see you. That's Songbird, the new owner of Neo. Heartwarming stories all around. I trust it inspires you folks. We're going to take another quick break and let a couple more people say hello. However, we've got a whole bunch more coming up, including our hero of the week. We invite you to stay tuned. Come back and join us again in just a moment or so. We'll be right back with more New Thought and the good news. Please help us say thank you to our organizational sponsors, including the Hepperlin Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Center for Spiritual Living on the Lake, Unity Spiritual Center, Kitchener, Om Center for Spiritual Living, La Mesa, Satya Center, Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and Center for Spiritual Living, Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. Thank you for making New Thought Media Network a place to be. Please come be you. And remember, like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network, positively inspiring. And we're back with more of the good news here on a Friday night. Thanks for being with me, folks. Here's another hero in the world. This is Lucy. Lucy lives in Washington State, the city of Arlington. And not long ago, Lucy was sleeping normally when she got up at about 3 in the morning. What was happening was a small fire had started in a workshop in a neighbor's home. Lucy got up and started barking in a way that her owners had never heard her bark before. Loud screaming type barks, he says. It was totally different than her just barking at a usual passerby. It totally woke both of us. Something's wrong. She's trying to tell us something. That's according to Douglas O'Connor, Lucy's owner. O'Connor's wife went to investigate and saw the fire out of her window. They called 911 and they were able to get the firefighters arrived on the scene. Homeowners in the nearby home were not awakened by the barking, although other homeowners on the block were. And luckily, the fire department was able to wake up the people in the home, and the fire did not spread from the workshop to the house. Everybody was safe and sound. Lucy's being heralded as a barking hero. Thank you, Lucy. You know, folks, we talk a lot about heroes on this program, and we talk a lot about people that do good. And sometimes those people are the people that we pay to do good. Fifth precinct officers in the New York Police Department had no intention of waiting for firefighters to show up at a 6-story apartment building in flames right across from their station. Officers William Finnan and William Dadavio, sorry about that, sir, along with other colleagues, charged into the residence fleeing the fires. And others said there were still elderly people trapped inside. They rushed up to as far as the 6th floor. And at that point, we knew we had to get to the 6th floor. That is New York Police Officer Jeremy Banfield. Now, body cam footage has been released. You can find that on YouTube. And it shows Dadavio exiting the building with a 99-year-old woman over his shoulder. He then rushes back into the building and retrieves another member of the family, Detective Rodney Rosado, who is a fourth member of the rescue team. It can also be seen carrying out another elderly woman. Between the four men, they were able to rescue the 99-year-old, two elderly men aged 96 and 91, and a fourth woman whose age was undisclosed. This all happened just 5 days before Christmas. Thank you to the brave men and women of the New York Police Department. What an amazing story. But you know what? There are other heroes in the world, and some heroes are the ones we just anticipate, and that's moms. This next story really just kind of got to me. Wow. This is at the Bar railway station in Bihar. That's India. This happened on December 21st. This is the only known image of it. A mother and her two children were accidentally pushed into the line of railway tracks as a moving train was coming towards the station. The mother instinctively cowered over her two children and shielded them. Luckily, and by miracle, no one was injured, and just a couple of scratches. What an amazing story. You got to love it, folks. We are protected. How do you, as a parent, anyone knows, you would just instinctively fall on top of your children. However, this is not our big hero of the week story just yet, but it is time for our hero of the week. Students at the Layton Christian Academy were rushing to lift a car off a mother and her two children. This all happened in Utah at a private school. The mother, who is an employee of the academy, was walking away from school with her two young children. Another woman was driving into the parking lot, but due to a blinding sun glare, was unable to see the mother and her two children. She was driving at a slow speed. No laws were broken in that regard. However, she did not see the mother and the two children. Students rushed to the scene along with two adults that were able to kind of get everything moving and lifted the car off of the woman and her children. They were underneath the car for about 3 minutes. Layton Police Department spokesman says that doesn't seem like much, but certainly with a critical incident like that, when stresses are high, that 3 minutes can seem like a really long time. The mother was transported to the hospital. She underwent surgery for non-life-threatening injuries. The children had only minor abrasions and bruising. Thank you, dear folks from the Layton Christian Academy in Utah. CEO of the academy, Chris Crowder, said that the vehicle was small and had very little ground clearance, and he was very proud of his students for rushing to help. We're very proud of you too, folks. That makes you our hero of the week. Folks, thanks for being with us here tonight on The Good News. I'm Dr. Robert. I'm here every Friday evening when I'm not. And when I'm not, Reverend Barbara Jean is with us for once a month, usually on the first Friday of the evening. You know, if you hear of a good news story you think we should cover, or you'd like to perhaps be a guest on The Good News, send us an email, goodnews@ntmedia.org. We would love to hear from you. All right, again, I'm about out of here, but please come on back in just a half an hour. Reverend Michael Mangus is here with the fireside chat. Of course, we have our evening prayers at 8:15, and tomorrow we have the week one of our brand new Science of Mind Saturday Speakers Conversation. Now, this is our third year doing this, and we've got a whole new cast of people that are going to share their wisdom around the science of mind with you. Let me share a sneak peek of who you might hear from this year. Yes, yes, yes. It's going to be a great group of people every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. throughout the entire year. We start tomorrow and we go throughout the year learning more about that science of mind philosophy. I hope you join us for that. All right, I'm going to get out of here for now. Again, thank you for being with us. I love you. You're amazing. Until next time, we wish you peace and richest blessings. Bye now.